Neat, first try. Maybe we get a chance to buy us. I don't know if I'm seeing you maybe today. First, I have to, like, live far enough to get to you maybe. And she's going to be the second to last fight in the split. Because first thing I gotta do is I gotta get to, Former Hell. Which shouldn't be that hard, but I have to go through the Path to the Underground. So that's gonna take a hot sec to go through all that. Then I got, I think it's 4 question mark fights? It's 3 or 4 I have to do, so... And I'm probably doing almost all, if not all of them, before you maybe. So, we'll see. You know, I'm not playing well right now. Therefore, yeah, there's a... This split is the most loaded split in the game in terms of major fights. It'll be fine! Surely it'll be fine. Listen, we'll just Genbu, throw out Waggy, and hope everything's fine. As easy as that. Split. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot after this split before Medicine 2. Like, there's Medicine 1 and was it Yuka? Or is Yuka after Medicine 1? Or Medicine 2. I don't actually know off the top of my head. I think it might be after. There's a world I could get rid of the Medicine 2 split, but for now I'm not going to. I'll have to play through it and then see how it is, but I don't think it really changes that much. Because the Byakuran split is kind of packed, but it's kind of packed with, like, not the most intense fights, although I don't have documentation on those fights, so that might be annoying, but... Like all the Mioran Temple devotees fights. I also am not sure what I'm doing for... Like, the other thing I'm unsure about is what I'm doing for Shinki. You just Reimu, so true. I'm not as broke as Reimu is though, so. Like, the Shinky split is really the one where I'm not sure. Like I have it written down as Shinky, but I'm very probably not doing it exactly like it is. Like I just have written. Ina question mark Yoka 2. Byakuya for mandatories. Well, I mean, the other thing to note is there are the 4 fights against the Murin Temple disciples. I think it's 4 of them. 3 or 4. I don't think they're that scary, but I don't have documentation on them. She sounds like ham in your language. You're cool. Bro, I'm telling you. This strat is unbelievable. I've thrown it. It's terrible. It's the worst strat ever. Burgers. Yeah, but I don't know off the top of my head what their levels or held items or movesets are, and I don't have documentation for it, so I gotta be careful. Like, the reality is there are no, like, major fights, but there's still fights that I'm forced to do that are gonna be scarier than normal fights. Think they have proper items? I don't think so, but like, again, I don't actually know. I'm throwing. Aim puppets. How many perfect aim puppets are in the run? Beat Tojiko in the underworld that spams that. Are you talking about the Path of the Underground? Because that's what I wrote down all the puppets on trainers, at least the mandatory trainers. I rewatched my VODs from when I played Puppet Dance previously. And I looked on the Path to the Underground. And I wrote down all the puppets that are on the way there, because that's going to be the first thing I do today. I know there's a Speed Tochiko, but if you're saying there's RAM level 71, then that can't possibly be it. Must be a different one somewhere. And if I come across that level 71, I'll figure out what I'm doing against it when I get there. There are abilities that can make you immune to one-hit KO moves, or at least make you not die to them immediately. I don't have the Momiji for it though. Also, insanely fast. Yeah, that is that's kind of the concern, but. Probably could stay in the middle there. Does it actually follow type immunities? So because it's void, if you use an illusion type, it's fine. Okay, I'm not the most locked in. The strats, like, I'm not as locked in as yesterday in practice, and the strats still seems to be working great. Okay. I know that I'm pretty sure Sheer Cold at some point stopped working on Ice Pokemon. official flying type? No. At least not in modern Pokemon. I don't know if it worked in like Gen 1, but in modern Pokemon, they do respect types. But I wasn't sure what. I also kind of wasn't thinking that about the fact that Perfect Aim is a Void type move. In all honesty. Although I don't really have much in the form of illusion Pokemon. Or puppets, excuse me. I do have a few. I know at the bare minimum I have the Kana that is part illusion. Okay. Let's try to learn. Why does it miss so often, though? Yeah, yes, good question. Curious about something. Yeah, hold on, let me do it this way. Okay, so the intersection of the racing bullets is always the same. Brain that makes all moves hit anyway, yes. Position-wise, well, let's look at this. So the racing bullets are always put in the same way around her. What about the other bullets? I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure the glowy bullets are not. That lines up about there. I think that's random. Or my glowies. Yeah, because those glowy bullets are more to the right. These glowy bullets are lined up a cross-section up to the right of where I'm standing. If I try it again... They're lined up in the same spot. There's no shot, right? Notori kill you on entry. I'm gonna presume, because that's moved. So I think that was just recency bias. You know, I'll actually figure out. Might be a little tricky to figure. I don't know if she's vulnerable immediately. How do I get in a position to find out? It doesn't look like she has an immediate hitbox, but I also cannot tell for sure. And I don't know if there's really a way to tell. Yeah, there's really not a reasonable way for me to tell that. I have to back out. So, if I'm gonna come up with a plan, it's entirely based around the idea that the racing bullets are always the same, based on where she's standing. Right? Yeah, because I just moved to the right. That's all it was that time. Yeah. But the blue glowy bullets are random. And the question is, what point can I reasonably, like, play to them? In what? Hello, like, General. Fate circle, yeah. So, I mean, I think ideally... Let's see, it's hard to look. Yeah, it's really hard to... I think the optimal way to do this is to, like, just base yourself around where the... Because the racing bullets are guaranteed. Like, they're static, right? They're static based on her position. Balloon puppets, stop kicking your ass. Bro's never heard of a warped puppet. Like, the reality is... You could read the... The problem is you can technically read the racing bullets based off of where she's standing, but the fact that you have to read it ahead of time and then, like, be ready for it, like, 3 seconds ahead, or, like, 3 seconds lagging behind, like, learn her new position, but dodge based on her previous position for the static bullets. It's just, it's a lot of effort, and I don't, ideally, like right here, this way, if I can always go to, like, this spot and know that the racing bullets are not a problem and only play around the glowy bullets. But also, there's no doubled up wave of the glowing bullets on the first one, so it makes it so much easier. So, I mean, ideally, you just kind of get good luck and say that's that, but you can't always play as if you're going to get good luck. It's a little complicated. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And so, like, ideally, you just, like, instinctually can play towards the crossing bullet, like, the racing bullets, and spend your entire brain power working on the glowy bullets. But to get to the point where you're always comfortable with the positioning of the racing bullets, that seems like the problem. And also, like, sometimes when the bullets double up, it blocks a wave and you have to go to a different wave. So even if you're completely comfortable with the racing bullets, like, does that even solve the issue? So probably most of the time, yeah. Yeah, this first wave's not too bad, because it's not a doubled up wave. And her vertical positioning is the same. There is a logic of you just try to stand directly below her. That worked well. But that only is really nice when she goes high up. So when she goes high up, like, I get this big gap directly below her. Look, what is that crossing? What is that? I shouldn't even be alive. This attack is just fucking bullshit, dude. Holy shit. I want to find the people who don't agree with that and skin them in Minecraft. This attack is just... I mean, the problem is I realistically just need to, like, completely shit... Like, I need a way to completely change the way I'm looking at the attack, but it's so hard to do that. Like, I've kind of done that on Hina Final. I'm still getting used to it, but, like, I've kind of just done that. But I think that's a lot easier to do it on. Like, just, trying to read ahead 2 seconds on this attack feels like it's gonna give me a headache. Let's try closing your eyes and pray yet? No, maybe I should do that. Didn't work. I'm gonna try one more time. No, it didn't work. Third eye and read Tori's mind. She's not. Oh, yeah, wait, never mind. I thought you said Satori for a second. That's how I interpreted it. Honestly, I mean, I think the best thing you could do is blot out the racing bullets. And play with most of your brain dodging the glowing bullets. I think trying to do that is probably optimal. But there's also just such an issue with verticality on this attack. Right? Because, like, a lot of the... Because, like, if she goes up, like this, like, you have the time to read, oh, where the next wave is probably going to be sitting ahead of time, if you're good enough. But if she goes down, you don't have... Like, you're kind of locked into... Like, if she goes up, you can kind of jump to whatever gap you want. But if she goes down, you're really limited in whatever gap you were previously in. Maybe, like, an additional one to the side, but not really much. You're not given a lot of room some of the time. What is that? Like, look at that. This attack is such fucking bullshit. Dude, reading the gaps ahead of time is so easy when she just goes up. Why don't you just play for that every time? You just assume she's gonna go up, and if she doesn't, then you just hit escape R before the attack's even like finished. Is probably honestly like the moment she goes down once, you should probably, to save like 3 seconds, just click escape R. It's probably more worth your time. This is why I say, like Hina Final, like, we'll see right now with my strat. I think it's gonna be a lot better, but, like, Hina Final's annoying, but I respect it, the attack. This attack, I don't respect this attack. Like, Hina Final's bad, it's rough, but it's not bullshit. Bro, what is that? Like, half of my, like, here's the thing about, like, Peerless Wind, let's say Peerless Wind God, as an attack example. Like, there are times on Peerless Wind God where I'm like, ooh, I got bailed out there. But, like, a lot of the hard gaps, I'm like, you know, I'll sit there and be like, you know, I felt good about that. Like, I made some good reads, I probably got a little bit of lucky here or there, but, like, I made some, like, good reads, I'm happy afterwards. I'm like, ooh, damn, I really actually played that dodge well. I don't feel that way on this attack. Like, Exile Doll, I get done with, and I'm like, man, I'm happy. Like, right now, I'm happy with my strat. Like, it's working well. Or, like, before, it's just like, man, I'm glad I made some really sick dodges there. Oops. Divine Virtues, I'm like, man, that was a couple, that was some nice micros maybe I had there or something. Like, and like, every attack, even a lot of the luckier attack, even Spam! Let's take Spam! Like, Spam, like, there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, man, I really had, you know, I got lucky on this, like, there was an opening here, but, like, I played really well hitting that opening. This attack, I don't feel good when I cap it. Like, it's just relief that I don't have to see it for another, you know, who knows, like, 10 minutes. Look at that downward movement, just forcing just a completely disgusting dodge. And then I just go up because there's a line, but the line is constantly shifting slightly. So even when you're playing around the line, it's always moving. That's why you can't predict the lines ahead of time well, either, because the lines are constantly, like, slightly shifting. It's not even a static line like it is on the easier difficulties. There are Notoris in my walls. I need to tear down my walls and get them out. Emu's Rainbow with the right key. Does the shifting of the line actually work? Let me just try to give, like, a weird idea. Let me, So, let's do the, hold on, let's get the fucking greatest thing you've ever seen here. So, let me try to give an example. This is gonna be the most dog shit thing you've ever seen. Okay, so we can see right here, right? Let's pretend this box is the thing, right? So, like, she's up here, you know, we got here, and then you're down here at the bottom. So, like, the problem is because she shoots, like, the Damaku, like, the racing bullet lines, right? And these are, like, straight lines, where they crisscross like this, and, like, you can stand anywhere right here, and there's not a problem, right? Because the lines are constantly, like, the same. But the problem is with the glowy bullets, is, like, they form, like, a line, like, say, like this, right? You know, very similar in concept to how the racing bullets were. You know, maybe I should change the color of the line to represent what I'm talking about. There you go. Like, this is, like, the type of line. But the problem is, it doesn't move straight like this. Right? It's constantly moving at, like, almost like a... color for this. like this bullet right here, like the bullet at the very top of this line. Let me, where's the, how do you do the ball, this. I gotta make the side of this bigger. So, this bullet right here, in the glowy line, it won't end up right here. It actually ends up something like here. Because although the bullets form a line, it actually probably is slightly like more over here or something. But the problem is, the bullets aren't going in a straight line. They're actually like all like slightly moving down like this. They're not all moving in the way the line is. All of these bullets follow the line. All the bullets here, despite being in line, are actually moving slightly more down than the line is. So that's why, even though they appear to be in a line, they constantly shift slightly to the side. It's not much. Honestly, it's probably closer to this than it is this one right here, but like... Up, downward. It's... They all move towards the line, but they're slightly further down. Like almost like this, from where the line originally is. So they all end up, like, not quite in the same boat. And that's one of the two things that makes reading those bullets. Here's the thing. I haven't, like, actually, like... I can't promise you that that's a perfect representation of how they move, how they shift. But that appears, in my eyes, to be kind of how it is. It's the fact that, like, the racing bullets have a line, they follow the line at all times. But the glowy bullets, they stand in a line, but they don't quite move. They move like 90% of the line, but like 10% like slightly off the line. And that's one of the two aspects that makes the attack really difficult. Like, even with the vertical movement, if everything was like perfectly if the two following things weren't the case, the attack would not be that bad. If A, there wasn't the two lingering bullets that she shoots from the previous wave to cause the lines to get completely out of whack. Where it's like, you see a line, but that's not actually the line, it's a different line. Because she's shooting bullets from two different waves, because of when they appear. And second, the fact that the line slightly shifts. It's like more attacks that paid its peak content. Maybe if I need to rant at some point. I mean, I honestly do believe that, like, doing that is a good idea at times. Because oftentimes one of the better ways to do attacks is just to sit down and try to break down the attack. What I wish I could do is, like, give me, like, a sports analysis, like the sports broadcasts, where they get a replay and they, like, draw on, like, the screen as they're, like, showing the replay. I need to find a way to do that. If I can do that, then we're set. Like, let me just, like, pop up a replay of me doing, like, the attack, and then, like, draw lines on the screen for that. Because then it's a lot easier to, like, see what's going on. And understand, like, actually how it is. Especially for people who are not the most familiar with things. Like, you can look at attacks, but if you're not, like, super familiar, you don't really play it a ton, you kind of just watch it a bit. It's not always as easy to tell what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I do this a little bit at work, and I just have, like, free brain time where I'm kind of doing something, but, like, my brain doesn't have to be fully involved, where I'm just kind of, like, sometimes I'll think about, like, just attacks and be like, what, like, playing it over in my head and trying to think of, like, you know, how does the attack play fundamentally? What's going on ever? There's bullets on screen, and I'm trying to dodge the bullets. That's what's going on. sometimes more successfully than others. Excuse me. Sometimes the fact that the waves she shoots there are actually doubled up, like a quarter of a second off from each other, is so bizarre. Pre-reading Vow G rotations. Don't you mean divine virtues? I'm not really pre-reading rotations, at least not where I'm at right now. I believe you can to some degree. I definitely believe there's a bit to that. I don't know how much, but I believe there's a bit to that, but I'm not pre-reading the rotation. Generally, the play I aim for is I'm looking up I'm looking up where like the bullets are crisscrossing, and I try to pick out in my brain where the bad bullets are. So like I think it's like the dark blue with the green. It's the dark blue wave. No, is it the purple one? Shit, I can't remember off the top of my head which bullets are which. And then, like, the light blue bullets with the red ones. Right? Like, I try to pick out, like, the light blue, and I think it's, like, the purple or something, whatever it is. You know which bullets I'm referring to. Yeah, I think there could be potential in that. But I think that would require a lot of learning. A lot of trying to, like... I think if you want dark blue and green... Okay, red and cyan, yeah. Red and cyan are... the ones that pair together and start blue and green. With, I think, the dark blue being the bad bullets. And the cyan bullets being the bad bullets. Bad, aka the ones that you tend to have to micro. Because essentially how... Okay, let me go two thoughts at a time. I'm on two thoughts at a time. Let me go one... Let me break this up a little. So... pre-reading the attack to pre-reading the rotations, I think is possible. I think that's the type of thing where you really have to do that replay stuff, where you have, you know, in a replay, you're drawing lines on your screen to, like, to compare everything. Why did I hold left there? I meant to hold right. I'm very smart. Purple's in the... Yeah. Like, I think trying to read pre-rotation ahead of time is possible, but I think that would require an extreme level of analysis, and I don't know if I really want to try to do that for something that I think is possible, but I don't know exactly how much you can get out of it. Like, it might be able to make it extremely consistent, but I also don't know that for sure. Like, do you think learning this, you could get up to like a 80-90% consistency? I think it's possible. But what if you do it and it's only like a 40-50% consistency? Maybe that's better than what some people currently have, but like, how much effort? And also, like, what's the effort you gotta do into it? To completely, like, try to read the attack in a different way. I think it's possible, but it's not something I'm playing for, at least right now. Anyway, so with the bullets, you have the red and the cyan. So, because like realistically, the cyan and the dark blue bullets are the problem. Like, the red and the green bullets form lanes, and you're just playing into the lanes. That's how you always do it. You kind of... Those are the peripheral bullets that I call them. These are the bullets you're dodging with your peripherals, where you find the lane that they give you, because they're always going to give you lane, Akihuman. And you dodge them with your peripherals. You just kind of get the line, and then you have to... And then you're actively trying to read the bad bullets. As I call it, the dark blue bullets, or the cyan bullets. Because I essentially I try to look at it like a maze, almost, where the like the red bullets and the green bullets, they form a maze, and then the dark blue or the light blue, the cyan bullets, are the ones that get in your way. They get in the way of the maze. So you just kind of play towards the maze, and then you try to read the bullets ahead of time to know, okay, do I have a macro through where I can just kind of go around them? I can just find a different path through the maze where I'm not microing, I'm not trying to dodge in between the gaps of the bad bullets, or do I have to micro the bad bullets? Because there's also the third color, but like you mentioned, those colors you don't really care. Those colors are just more maze bullets, but there's no bad bullets in the way of those maze bullets, so they're really not bad. That does it. Yeah, well, I think the reason people don't do it, or at least haven't really done it, is it's a lot of theory crafting. And it's hard to say how much theory crafting, too, right? Like, essentially, there's kind of two different rings you have to, like, be able to read ahead of time. And trying to learn the independence of both rings, and, like, try to pseudo-memorize what you're looking for, and what means what, is, I think, it definitely feels like it's possible. But it's a lot of effort. Also for an attack that's kind of gorilla-able to a decent rate. Like, you can get a fine rate on a Divine... Like, I'm not going to pretend it's like anything insane. It's still a pretty hard attack. But, like, you can kind of gorilla it and get a solid rate on Divine Virtues. So I think it's just a question of, you know, how much effort is too much effort for this attack. That was not proper. Don't do what I just did. Because to only look at one ring at a time. Yeah, you'd probably want to, like, look at it to try to figure out, like, okay, what are the differences in these rings and what do they do? To try to, like, okay, you pay attention to one ring, and you try to base yourself around that one, and then try to potentially play towards the second, depending on how that goes. But again, it's one of those things that I think has just a lot of routing effort. And again, I think it's hard to like I said, I think you need to like have the type of thing where you have that have the video screen where you're drawing on it and like constantly be able to pull up different you don't want to go back through your VODs, your replays in game and keep checking them all independently for different dodges. Like, what you want to do is be able to just pull up a quick VOD of like, oh, here's me doing this attack over and over, and just like compare them side by side to try to figure out, okay, this is how this bullet goes. But, like, trying to set that type of thing up is a lot of effort. Fuck, that was bad. Oh, that was actually super manageable, too. Right, bro, guys, cast out all the dodges. So true. Like, that wasn't even a disgusting Momiji wave. That was just me. Oops. Just go where bullet isn't. Just tell the AI that. Easy peasy. I don't think Game Glitcher was that serious with the comment. I think I'm getting the early fairy with this one, boys. Thanks, for virtues. I don't think that's the easiest way to, The problem is you can't just let the AI do a path and then try to play around that path afterwards. You have to know why the path is what it is. Right? Like, I mean, the concept of pre-reading the rings on Divine Virtues, like, people can think that, hey, you know, this exists. But, you know, to sit down and actually look at all the different things and understand, okay, this is the end result of this wave. Why? What's all the follow-up? Why? How does it get to that point? So you can understand what it means. You should memorize all rotations. Well, that's kind of the idea. A really simple idea of learning rotation is Alice Spell 1. I forget the name of the spell off the top of my head. From PCB, obviously. I'm not talking about PC98. I'm talking about PCB. A really simple way to learn rotation is with that attack. PC98 Alice. No, PC98 Alice just has a non-1 that just is disgustingly fast for no good reason. I don't have to say it properly in English. I'll say it in some other language, and then I'll ban you because I try not to let other languages in chat, because I can't moderate other languages. Yeah, well, that's the thing about Alice non-1, or Spell 1, excuse me, is the fact that, like, it's one simple rotation. You're not trying to dodge, like, a bunch of waves at the same time. Like, there's very little overlap, if any, at times. And, like, if you break a circle into, like, 8 sections, right? Although it's not exactly like this, it's like, you know, Quadrant 1 is the same as Quadrant 5. Quadrant 2 is the same as Quadrant 6. 3 and 7 and 4 and 8. So you can kind of use this to base things around, where it's like, oh, I've seen this quadrant. I know what to do with this one. Or it's also the type of attack where you can look for hey, I'm really comfortable with Quadrant 1 and 5, and you just try to, like, look for that one. You look for that quadrant, you play that quadrant, so you're, like, always dodging the same type of thing. And so that concept exists on Divine Virtues, but actually routing it out in practice is not something people really do. Or, as far as I know, hasn't been done to a level where, besides, like, to a point where, like, I know what I'm doing. I can't tell other people necessarily regarding that. dropped something. Where'd it go? Hold on a second. Dude, it's hot down here, or it's pretty warm down here. I got up to go put on deodorant. I start putting it on. I drop the deodorant, and I can't find it. Okay, it somehow bounced to the other side of the entire fucking room. No, the fly's still down here. I grabbed the fly swatter. I actually have it like right next to me. Conveniently, he is avoiding me at the moment. He keeps coming in and out. One quadrant that really leaves you on Valgy. Yeah. Of course, trying to like read that one while also making sure you know where you're currently at to like avoid things is, and where that is like in line with the other quadrants is not the easiest thing. Now I have deodorant on my hands. It's definitely quadrantizable, I believe, and so you can learn that. But the other thing right now, is the fact that Divine Virtues is not my biggest worry. Why would I do that, Gap? That was not a good guess. If I was at a point where I was getting runs to Divine Virtues and losing one or two, I would be a lot more like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and like figure this shit out. But the reality is that Exile Doll and Hydro Camouflage are far more problematic in my eyes as things to route down. This theme is really nice for Stage 1. It's one of the best Stage 1 boss themes, in my opinion. There's a world I might argue it is my favorite of the Stage 1 boss themes. I'm not going to be that comfortable saying that because like I have to think through all the Stage 1 bosses, and I don't remember all of them off the top of my head that well. But it is a very good Stage 1 boss theme. Like, off the top of my head, I don't even remember how Yamame's theme goes. And I LNN that game. The boss theme is Wriggles. Hers is good. My stance there is that Wriggles is a good boss theme, but when I go to Touhou 8 for stage 1 music, it's always the stage theme. I love that. I love the Imperishable Night stage theme. That's the theme that stands out in that part to me. But Yuriko's stage 1 theme, I can't get a tune in my head of what that is. Yamame, I can't get a tune in my head. Eternity, I can't find the tune in my head right now. Seiren, I can. Eika, I don't know a tune off the top of my head. Michael Cat, I don't have a tune in my head on that one. Orange, I don't have one. Rika, I don't. Lex Michael Cat, how dare you? How dare you? You should be redacted for that statement. Finals toxic. I thought Touhou fans liked their toxic Yuri though. Far less painful. Yeah, you mean the early game with Hydro Camouflage and Exile Doll? I say that partly as a joke. I understand that that early game is brutal. I think is partly brutal just because it's that power. The power in that game is... bleh. I've always quite appreciated Letty's stage 1 theme. That's our boss theme. It's one of my favorites. I would not put it above Minariko, but I put it like a hair behind it. I've always loved Letty's theme. Let's try to fade Doll. No, Exile Doll's free. I'll never die to Exile Doll again. We'll ignore the parts in practice earlier where I died. It's literally free now, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like an 80% cap rate on it, and then go make the claim that it's literally free. It's just that I mess up. That's not the attack, it's just me messing up. You know, it's not the attack doing anything wrong. It's all on me, you know. The attack's actually free. So if you die to it, it's completely your fault, because the attack's actually just free. I let go of the fucking shoot button. I mean, we'll see exactly how good of a level consistency is long term. I'm still not like the most comfortable with it, so like there's still like there are times I'm kind of like trying to play to previous ways of looking at the attack, but it is 100% better than before. Alt F4 as soon as you die, so it doesn't record the death, so you get perfect 100 of 100. True. Does that? I don't know. I don't think that works like that. Pretty sure if you quit in the middle of attack, it counts as a miss. Although I know that that's how it is if you like escape and Q. I don't know how it is if you Alt F4. No, my entire validity as a Touhou player is determined by my sets. I need them to be as good as possible. I don't even care about the LNN at this point. It's all about the 50 sets. See, that's how I determine my Touhou worth. It's very important I claim them to be as good as possible. Attack a human. Increment attack. Sorry, I think it does that. I'm not sure if the attack will remember it properly, like if you Alt F4 compared to if you escape Q. I'd assume it does, but I don't know. It's the failure I said. No, he just does he just does the hundreds. It's very important that we make sure we get a perfect Patchy 150 times. Or is it 200 for him? On Patchy specifically. I hate this attack. I hate capping it because it doesn't even feel good. It feels a lot better right now, though, with the fact that I'm so much more confident about Exile Doll that I feel a lot better about dying to Hydro Camouflage. So I feel like it's less of a it's a little less annoying by the fact that it's not there isn't a billion other problems anymore. Me on my way to make the most questionable lines here. Yes, sets are the ultimate character of gameplay. Who cares if you have an LNN when you have a fucking 30 out of 50 set of PDH? That's what you hang your hat on. Need more Hydro Camouflage. Hey, get used to it. Because you're going to be hearing that for as long as I stream, probably. Not today, but, like, just period. Okay, I go to a different game and someone complains about an attack and be like, it's not Hydro Camouflage. Dude, honestly, I think every LNN after this one's going to be just fucking so much easier. With the fact that I understand that I don't have Hydro Camouflage. Easy knowing it's not Hydro Camouflage. Exactly. It's not as piss and shit. It kind of is, but in a much more respectable way. Because that's like how the attack is. One of the biggest problems with Hydro Camouflage is it feels like it shouldn't be hard. The hardest non-extra stage mid-boss spells, you're looking at Greatest Treasure, whatever it's called, Grand Treasure. UFO, Stage 5, Mid-Spell, Nazarene. I think it's Greatest Treasure. Someone's gonna sit here. I've literally, by the way, I'm saying this instead of me paraphrasing. I kind of just paraphrasing, but like, I've seen someone say, that attack's not that bad. It's not actually that bad. The attack that I've seen people refer to as the hardest attack in literally the entirety of UFO. And I've seen people talk about it, someone literally go, it's not that bad. Like, there are other harder attacks. That was terrible. That was terrible. Terrible. Catwalk, yeah. Although Catwalk only gets an asterisk because, who said it wasn't that bad? I don't know. I don't remember. I tend to ignore people. I tend to not like pay the most attention to people's names. Of Hooga Haga Hooga. But I know, here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of claims and stuff that like I feel like people would make, but like I haven't seen. That is one I know I've seen. I 100% remember seeing someone say something along those lines. You've been spirited away by Yukari. Getting preyed on by old hags. Hardened spells, huh? What about Kagero? And I know I say this, and someone's gonna sit there and be like, well, that spell's only hard because, that spell's only hard because you're using a bad shot type, so it's actually the shot. It's not the attack that's hard, it's actually the shot type that's hard. Oh, I'm perusing. I should be this high up on the screen. Don't mind me, just not making the stream good content right now. I do love GT, by the way. I want to comment that right now. Love that attack. Very, very, very enjoyable attack. Bro, why did I look for GT and one thing I see is Cinnamon saying GT top half only. That's a certified Cinnamon moment. UFO, and then yeah. I do like a lot of attacks in that game. I don't like the curvy lasers. But I don't like I don't like Murasa's penultimate her semifinal. I don't like Sho's nons, and I don't like Ichirin's nons. I hate those. No, I'm not doing that specifically. I'm just kind of glancing at some things here, and then I saw Sidbit say that. I thought that was really funny. That is a certified Cinnamon moment. I see Roby saying that he thinks that it's probably consistent at a high level. I should have actually clicked on Cinnamon's message to go back and look at that conversation. So pet ult is kind of annoying too. I hate that attack because that attack fell into the category of attacks that I feel like should be free, and then I die. It's the hydro camouflage effect where it's like, oh, this looks pretty straightforward. This looks pretty simple, and then I can't do it. Hello, Spooter. You frick. The sun. There's no way I'm getting to the Garden of the Sun today. I don't even know if I'm getting to Umami today. And also, that would require me to not wipe. I have to be this phrase. What are you talking about? Free is such a meaningless phrase, dude. There's a lot of phrases people make meaningless, you know. Like the chopping ground for Puppet in terms of order is also given under the idea that I don't wipe. Is I go through the underground, get to former hell, so I can get the rest of my TMs and such. Then there's 4 question mark fights, then Umami, then Mima, then get to Chiriden, where I fight Satori, then do Blazing Hell. I picked up all the score by accident. And then I think you can get to the Garden of the Sun. I think you have to fight Medicine 1 first, then go to the Garden of the Sun. For Mima. Mima has 4 puppets, not 3. Come on. Come on, get straight, Game Glitcher. There's no way I'm getting to Mima today. I don't believe it. Okay, there are 4 question mark fights. Segment. Yeah, but like, what is the reactor segment? Like how much is there? Like, don't you fight Medicine 1? Is there anything like else? Precision fight 2, yeah. But to be fair, on there's that path there, and like Medicine 2 is like the only real like notable fight there, right? And then there's Yuka afterwards, but. So, suffice to say, I don't think I'm getting to the Garden of the Sun today, but given I don't wipe, I'll be happy if I get through all 4 question marks today. I don't think I'm getting to Umami. And again, all of this is predicated under the fact that I don't wipe. What am I talking about? Much like Momiji in this game, the question mark fights are actually free. Right? Why are they free? Because like Momiji in this game, I did Momiji. I've done like 5 in a row in Momiji before. It felt really good with it. So I'm comfortable saying that it's actually free if I'm playing well, and that if I lose to the attack, it's not because it's hard, it's because I messed up. And because the attack is actually free. Everything is free, exactly. I'm glad you understand. also have to keep a conscious idea in my back pocket of what is my intention for the Satori fight. That's unironically a bit of a red flag. Although I think there's probably a lot of cheese I can do on that fight. Well, I'm not confident exactly what cheese. Stop that. Talking to me or talking to Game Glitcher? You know, Medicine was so good, they made a Medicine 2. If Flan is so good, why isn't there a Flan 2? There actually is a Flan 2 in that game. Damn it, never mind. You know, the one-shot self and the speed tie. Realistically, the way to play it, probably, is to take 5 puppets, and just give them all, like, one move. And then get, like, a sweeping puppet that can set up. Lead with a bad puppet, try to switch to the sweeper, hope the AI doesn't switch to the sweeper turn 1, and then just set up. So good, they made it Medicine 3 exactly. 1-0, it's called Remelia. I didn't think about it that way. I should take a pee/drink break shortly. I have not done that since I started streaming. I just realized my bladder is calling to me. And more importantly, I should take like a 1-minute break from actually playing Touhou. If Tenchi's so good, why isn't there a Tenchi 2? Build a rematch. You saying might is meaningless. You might be able to. I don't actually know. I'm just saying there's a chance that a rematch exists. With a different team? Maybe. Who knows? Why? I gotta pee. I'll be back. my back. I forgot to put up the piss chart. What is this thing? So you get the piss symbol for like a minute. I'll check something real quick. Any puppets? I don't know. Some of them probably. It kind of probably depends on like what the team has. Like some of the optional other characters, yes, but like some of them I don't believe have like custom teams particularly. Doing in the desk. Checking stuff on my phone. I'm sorry, I'm jerking off. Is that what you want? Because like you'll have noticed by now that okay, let's I'm done perusing. Like you'll have noticed by now there's a number of like ramp fights I haven't bothered fighting. Like on the mountain descent there's Hitade. I didn't bother doing the Hitade fight. Like there's just some of those off fights. So you could pose a question as like, why am I doing the question mark fights and not like all those other optional fights? Generally, my baseline is that I am doing the fights that are in the extended version 4.0 Google Sheet. Any of the other fights that aren't there, maybe I'll do a few of them, but those are like I'm not really that paying attention to a lot of those. Now there are some fights in the extended doc that I might not be doing, such as the question mark rematches. They're actual fights. Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that in the context of the run, they're like they're the biggest runs of the game, or the biggest fights of the game on average. Like, arguably the biggest part of the game is the Elite Four, right? But realistically, if you get rid of the question marks, there's not a ton that's like super like threatening, really. Like otherwise, you really just go Ramelia to Keiki with nothing in between, right? You go Ramelia with Keiki with literally just Mayumi, and then from Keiki to Sinai, I guess there's really not much regardless. It's just that, but like then you go Sinai to Mima. 12 levels, but there's not much in between besides like the path there. And like the question mark fights are kind of designed to be the big fights of the game, sort of. So a lot of what I've chosen for it is kind of there's not necessarily the biggest rhyme or reason to all of my my choices. I just kind of like pick the things that I think are the most interesting without getting the most monotonous. I mean, here's the thing, you can make fun of that Diokina, but the rest of the team is still fairly threatening. Like, that Power Patchouli is a problem. And that Marissa, I forget exactly, is a big problem. Like, I'm kind of biased for things, because I have a lot of appreciation for things like Pokemon Run and Gun. But, like, I do, like, one of the things I love about a lot of hardcore Nuzlocke is those type of games where there's a lot of just these type of fights. And if you get, and, like, it's a little weird, because, like, the question marks aren't mandatory by any means. But it's like, I think that's what makes the run like the hardcore Nuzlocke specifically really interesting in my opinion. I think you can absolutely do it without them. It's still going to be pretty difficult. Like, there's still a lot that's interesting going on, yada yada yada, faux show, no doubt about it. But it's also one reason why I make Umami mandatory. Because at first I said for Umami I was going to do it where, like, because she's optional, has, like, a reward item, you can fight her whenever, under the premise of, like, you know, you can delay it, but, like, if you want that item early, you do it earlier, but I think I'd rather just force it in its right spot. Yeah, so kind of my base rule of thumb is if it's in that Google Sheet that I use, the extended one that has the list of everything, like, that's generally my rule of thumb. If it's an optional fight in there, I'll probably do it in its respective split. Because also, yes, Momoyo is in there. Because also, those are the fights that I know, A, I have documentation for, so, like, I can plan for those fights, and B, those are the fights that I know are, like, special fights, right? Like, there's a number of these, like the Hatade fight, like I said. She has, like, 2 puppets that are not particularly, like, that strong. Like, there's a number of these fights, it's like, how, like, I don't know which of these yeah, Saki and Megumu, I believe, are both in there. And no Megumu is, for sure. So, like, my point is, it's like, I don't know for some of these, like, random off fights of, like, which ones are actually, like, real. Because, like, I don't care if like, some trainer has just, like, 2, even if they're, like, not the, like, even if they're fairly threatening, if there's, like, 2 puppets, I don't really care about some of these, like, off trainers, right? You partly say that as to, like, why would I, like, I don't have all the optional trainers mandatory, kind of for a reason. Messed up, man. Kokoro in there? I don't believe Kokoro's in there. It doesn't even have the Baka Squad rematch in there. Yeah, there's the Miko one in there. I can pop up the list later when I play Puppet, but again, everything that's not the question mark rematches are kind of the fights I'm, like, looking at. Although, hey, if I get past Maribel and I have a fairly full box, maybe I'd be tempted to look at doing the question mark rematches. Not, like, for the counting it for the run, but just for fun. That is given, I can make it that far. That is until Labyrinth Tri comes out, and we gotta go play that. Surely it's coming out soon, right, guys? Guys, Labyrinth Tri is surely coming out this year, right, guys? Right? Surely Labby Tri is coming out this year, right? No, I have no reservations in my mind that the Elite Four is going to be the hardest part of the game. The saving grace is the fact that I think like all of them, except for Shinky, have like 5 puppets apiece. I believe for this year. I believe as well Copium. But I think the Elite Four are going to be the hardest part of the game. At least fundamentally the hardest part. That's not saying I can't beat them without, like, casualties or something, but I think the Elite Four are notably the hardest thing to do. So 6 puppet apiece. I'll look. I was about to pull that up. I was like, I'll look. It's what makes a lot of it's why the Elite Four in a lot of the Pokemon games. Like, if you're playing a vanilla Pokemon game, there are like oftentimes not that many scary fights, and then boom, you get the Elite Four, which is like seriously a problem. Like, so much harder than everything else in the game. And in ROM hacks, it kind of gets exaggerated even more. Like, the advantage of Boruto and Maribel is the fact that you can design a fight specifically around them. Right? Around, like, that team, as hard as those fights are. But the problem with the Elite Four is, like, you have to, like, go into it. You have to do each fight with the same 6. Like, the Flan Gauntlet, I think, is brutal as well, but I honestly think it's a little bit easier. You'll probably be slightly over-leveled for that, based on where that lies, and it's less puppets, even if it's back-to-back, to-back-to-back. But I think those 2 fights are 2 of the hardest in the game. Use item. You use your items in between fights? What do you mean? Like, obviously I'm healing between the Elite Four. There's no question about that. That's never been a rule in anything, and I'm not adding that as a rule for myself. Like, I will very likely switch held items and attacks as well between fights. Like, I will very likely be like, I need this attack for this fight, but switch out to this attack between the fights. Like, absolutely I'll be doing that. Like, unless the game is, like, tried to be set up in a way that you don't do that, then obviously I'm doing that. Like, that's kind of how, like, I believe that's how Pokemon expects you to play. I believe that's how this game expects you to play. So, like, if they want you to not do that, you do what you set it up in the way as the Flan Gauntlet, right? Where they're literally back to back to back, and you have no ability to change things between. No ability to heal. Like, normally, I mean, to be fair, you do that a bit throughout the game anyway, right? Like, the reason you hold, you buy healing items in the game is for the most part just so you don't have to return to the center every time you do a fight, right? Like, do you want to go in the next fight with only half HP on this puppet? Probably not. I should pay attention. See, that's after I pay attention. Blonde lit, yeah. Make it to the Elite Four this month. If this run is successful, I will make it to the Elite Four this month. If this run is not, probably not. Probably. since I'm not hard calcing every fight, a lot of these late game fights will be a lot quicker than if I did it otherwise, but they're also a lot harder. Dead to you, maybe. That could be the truth. I think that you maybe yourself, that, like, I have a lot of options to really help on the you maybe fight. Like, I've thought of idea plans for the you maybe fight. Like, so yeah, just really, of course, wait for Shinky to body you. To be fair, what you'd probably do is you'd set up your team for Shinky and pray you can get through everything else with a slightly unoptimized team for that. Act a human. Yeah, I did the conquer no deaths. Switch AI herself to death. To be fair, she did kind of switch her AI herself to death, but she didn't really have that much of an alternative. I think at that point, I was so well built for that fight. And I got the early terms right. And at that point, it's like, what is she to do? I think she sped up the thing. Go to sleep, please. I'll do it when I go to Puppet. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm playing Touhou right now. Shooting fairies and trying not to get shot in the process. Shooting the Tori and fairies, okay? There's two different things. I grade some bullets. I might not hit 150 here. By bullets, I mean point items. Oh, just shy of 150. So late already. You'll be here later tomorrow because of Aya. Why don't you just do it 2 days in a row? Come on. What are you, a coward? Sweep it 06. I think people would refer to that as a 6-0. Rather than, like, 06 is getting 06'd. 6-0 is 6-0ing someone else. Which style to go with, yeah. It's not always the easiest decision. There's a lot of nuance with things. I prefer it when she goes more to the right than she did, because it makes my life a bit easier. Never mind, it's perfectly fine. There are no issues. Homing for the win. Everything's fine. Is always sleeping. God forbid people go to bed at, like, good hours. That was kind of frisky. Me when the customs officer pats me down to check for dangerous materials. Fuck, that was really frisky. Me when they check my anal cavity for illegal drugs. Dude, I might be the funniest person ever. It's actually wild. Don't snail me. Ah, I fucked myself. I need to go to the left one more. But we're the right, gotta cross. Gotta Saruta cross. Speaking of things done wrong. Whatever, I'm in a good mood because he exiled all shenanigans, so... Oh, I tapped right. I need to go up slightly. I saw the line, but I wasn't able to physically execute it. Head up throw, yeah. Oh, just a little worse through it, yeah. I don't believe 5 against Saruta is optimal. I think you do it at the very beginning and that's it. Clown Piece's Tower. That's because it's not like that exciting, right? Yeah, but I'm not really concerned too much about it. Probably that's because it's not even on the extended boss sheet. Seriously, have a good one, Al. Getting sleep is a good idea. Getting a reasonable amount of sleep. I've got 11. Go, yeah. I'll be back at Miko with, what will my starter be? If I have to reset, what's my next starter? What star am I gonna random into? Kojiko. Dude, Kojiko star would be based AF. Cereal. I probably bust. It is so warm out. I cannot wait for tomorrow where summer is going to be over. Yeah, dude, Suzu. Now that would be fascinating if I got that. I like extra Kotohime. The biggest problem I have with Kotohime, at least where I get it, is just the fact that it's not good freestyle change. It's on the wiki page, but even goes blank. Maybe I'll do Nuzlocking in the post-game Human Village arena. After I clear everything out, we try to see how far we can go there. But yeah, it was mostly in jest. Certified hit boxes. Like we'll see how far you get as a victory lap. Yeah, it's a cute idea. I doubt I'll do it, but cute idea on the back burner. Although I wouldn't be surprised if I have a run that wins by the time I'm at that point. I'd be kind of at the point where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do more. Is there really a beating it? No, doesn't it just, like, keep going? It is so warm out. It's October, especially up here. That is a certified hitbox mode if I've ever seen it. Why is it so warm still? Did it truly end at 50? I just thought it kept going. Hey, it hit 150. 153 to be precise. Damn, shoddy. Yeah, I played a part of the Human Village tournament at the very end of my normal playthrough. So I know how it plays. See, I don't even need runs that are winning in this game right now. I'm just happy that we're having this, where I'm getting, like, several runs past Hydro Camouflage in Stage 3, because Exile Doll has just been so much more consistent. Like, as long as we're getting this more and more often, that's the most important thing we progress towards. I don't even need to have enough Stage 4s. If I'm dying on Stage 4, that's fine. It's just getting here more and more and more consistently is far and away the most important thing. Just how far you could go with just your starter and Boundary Trance. I wouldn't be surprised if you could beat the entire game with the right puppet. Maybe I'll do that challenge run. Beat the game with one puppet challenge. I think the better question is, you take a puppet and you say, how far can I get into the game with just this puppet? Because realistically, I think there's a lot of puppets you can't beat the game with. There's a lot that get walled at some point. I think most of them. But to take a puppet, how far can you make it with just this puppet? That sounds like kind of a fun thing. I don't think it's something I'd stream, but maybe it's a fun thing to do on my own. Transmitting too easy. Is that the end of that double stats? Yeah, because Dream Shard is the 10%. Yeah, I'd ban the boundary trance. Like I wouldn't use that. I think that would be too. I think that would make it too one-dimensional and help out too many and just make too many puppets be able to do it. I don't deserve any of that. Okay, that's a lie. I deserve some of that. Some of that was BS. I would have probably allowed Dream Shard. I would not allow the boundary trance, though. Fuck, that sounds like a fun challenge to try to document. You take a puppet, you see how far you can make it with it. I hate that nun. I hate this nun. Dude, fighting Satori with one puppet would be miserable. I'd be surprised if there's like a consistent setup or something you could use, but damn, that sounds like it sucks. I just copy your Dream Shard. Oh, neat. I still wonder if using a Dream Shard would be the play on that. Probably. But it also might depend on the puppet. Oh, this is a good way to get my heart rate going. Fuck that. That was... I hate those guys. Why did Zune make enemies that shoot at random intervals? I hate that so much. It's this and the next stage. There's just dudes that shoot... When they shoot their bullets is random. It sucks. Fourth best run to date, though. Want to be nice to me? Please? It's okay. Not great, but second best run today. Remember to stay on the right. My duality. Hey, look at that maxed out faith, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see that every run. A million points per point item. A lot of game left. TB. TB, and my heart rate is through the roof. Moses is a problem. Nice. I don't like this attack. First pace ever past stage 5. Oh, this stage 6 is not a good stage for nerves, I tell ya. Get that like electric feeling going through your hands. It's not a pleasant feeling. It's like a borderline numbness. It's not numbness, but it has like the feeling. It's you lose feeling almost in some, like part of your hands. This stage can kill. Everything on this stage can kill. It's terrible. I do not have an over 50% rate of LNNing this stage. Like, including the boss, but stage portion. The expected result is a death. But we will play. That's what we're here for. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Nowhere else I'd rather be than right here. Ooh, got through that fairy. This fight starts off with a bang. Non-1 is non-1. Don't overthink it. Pants stay brown. Everything can kill. Every single attack. Fuck you, Divine Crop. Fuck you, Divine Crop. Go fuck yourself. Second hardest attack in the fight. Don't forget to kiss your Kaneko. An unpleasant feeling. Or should I say uncomfortable feeling? I've never had to LNN a final as hard as this one. Give me some good macros, please. I saw that was bad, too. It's like just a hair bit too much to the right. It's just a hair off. Ooh, could get that one through. Okay, still best run to date. They just too riled? No, it's just that hard of an attack. Still peak. It absolutely is still peak. That's good shit. It was a misread, right? Like, ooh, the 2 miss being higher than the 1 miss. Like the problem was. Like I do that type of gap often. I often go for that one because I really throw a lot of macros. So I do that type of dodge, but it was too wide. I needed to have microed that wave on the left, but that's one of those weird diagonal micros. Realistically, I could have gone a whole block over to the right and tried to micro over there, which would have been slightly better, but the problem was I was already on the left from the previous wave, so I would have had to either read that or just have done the micro in the first place. I could have actually hit that dash to the right, but it was a really strict hit. Like, it's very possible to have hit that one. It's a lot harder than some, but unfortunately, the angle made it a little awkward. Still, pretty good. Good run to end her on. We'll be back for more tomorrow, because you know what? We always are. Could have been it. It'll be it when it's it. Yeah, I'm probably not going to TD. That's just 11 being 11. Heart rate monitor. I probably dude for that having a heart rate monitor would go wild. I tell you.